So very scary is the 25 mark essays, and that's why I do recommend working on the short answers and really preparing for that. Now, in terms of how to study for the short answers, first of all is having a good knowledge of the core. Like I said, you don't need to know it to the same extent that you're expected to know for the national study essay, which is one dot point most of the time on and all the content for that one dot point for a 25 mark essay worth compared to a 3 marker, a 6 marker, an 8 marker. Obviously, there's going to be less content that you need. So I say knowing the core in pretty good detail, being able to kind of just talk yourself through the syllabus, read through the dot points and be like, yep, I know this, I know a couple of examples of this. That's all you really need. Once you've done that, I really do recommend going back over just the source types and some of the stuff that was in here just to make sure you really understand that difference, because it's so core, and that's the skills that they are assessing, and it's in the module and it's in the syllabus that's what they are, and that's what they want you to take away from these sections. And then after that is doing practice responses. So they do allow 45 minutes for this section. So what I recommend, it is really hard to sit down and sit a full 3 hour past paper for modern history. It's really hard, especially if you haven't sat one before. And if it's your first time doing a past paper, it's just modern history is a brutal exam. It's very, very difficult with timing. So I think pushing yourself that far. Now, great if you can do it. Have a go at it if you think, but if the thought of sitting a 3 hour paper is freaking you out, do not worry. It's completely fine. Set a 45-minute timer and just do the short answer section. Print out one from a past paper and just do the short answer section. That's all you have to do. And then from there, maybe you can do that one more time. And then once you've studied a bit for your national study, add on an extra 45 minutes and now try to do the short answer and then an essay straight after. And then once you feel better with that, then you can move on. And then that way you're not sitting the full 3 hour paper straight away, but in time you get to it. I really do recommend that by the time you get 2 trials, that you've done at least one full past paper. Now, I know everyone's going to give different advice. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how many past papers to do, because I just think that is ridiculous. I remember seeing it and just feeling so guilty, because I'd see people who were like, oh, you should be doing at least 3 past papers a week. And I wasn't hitting that in year 12, and it would make me feel really bad with myself and make me feel like I wasn't doing enough. But different study techniques are going to work for different people. So please just watch out for that in year 12. Because there's a lot of advice, and it's always do this amount of hours, do this amount of study, do this amount of past papers, and that's the only way you're going to get these marks. But I promise you it's not like that. I think as long as you've sat one full past paper, like the full 3 hours, you just know for yourself that you can finish the sections, that you're good for timing, because a lot of people don't end up finishing their change in the modern world and their extended response, and you don't want to lose those marks, especially on short answers when they're not expecting as much as they are for the 25 marker, if that makes sense. But we're going to keep going on. Any specific questions, please just let me know in the live chat. And it depends. I don't know. This is pre-recorded. I don't know how the live chat's going. Hopefully there's a lot of questions in there, and that anybody who's watching this back can read through them, and hopefully maybe your questions are being answered as well.